feeling drained? That's your spirit asking, how bad do you really want it? I need you to grasp this reality. Tiredness is not your enemy, it's your ally. When you're feeling dead tired and beaten down, understand this. Every champion has faced that exact same crossroads. Yes, every single one. Your tiredness is the gateway to greatness. You think you're tired? You think you've given it all? No, you've only scratched the surface of your potential. The marathon runners, the midnight oil burners, the unstoppable forces, they've all danced with tiredness and came out owning their space. And guess what? So can you. Your tiredness is just the threshold, a test to see if you'll break or break through. Feel that fatigue? That's your body signaling that you're pushing limits, that you're on the very edge of growth. Just beyond that limit is where magic happens. If you stop now, you miss the miracle just inches away. Relent. Fight through it. When it feels like your legs can't go another step, remember, your mind is 10 times stronger. It's not your body that gives up, it's your mindset that caves in. Retune your focus, change your narrative. This is the heat that forges steel. Through the fires of tiredness emerges unbelievable strength. Why are you pushing yourself? Why? It has to be more than just getting by. There must be a purpose, a passion that lights you up inside, making every ounce of tiredness worth fighting through. Dig deep within yourself, find that reason, and anchor it in your soul. There's a story I need you to remember. Thomas Edison conducted over 1,000 failed experiments before succeeding. Do you think he wasn't tired of failing? But he pushed on because he saw the bigger picture. And you, right here, right now, need that vision. Stop seeing tiredness as an end. Start viewing it as a pit stop on the way to greatness. Remember, folks, while you're sipping on that energy drink or taking a nap, there's someone out there just like you, tired but pushing harder. They're building, growing, and when the dust settles, only those who endured, those who fought through tiredness will stand tall. I get it. I've been there. Late nights when the world seems silent and you're battling alone. That's the crucible where legends are born. Do you want to be average or do you want to be legendary? It's your call. It's within your grasp. Does it feel hard? It should be hard. The reason only a few make it to the top is because they're the ones who didn't let tiredness dictate their destiny. They crushed it, mastered it, and made it their stepping stone to success. Now let's invade that tiredness with a simple mental shift. Instead of telling yourself, I'm tired, say, I'm getting stronger. Every ounce of energy spent is you investing in a future where tiredness is merely an afterthought because you've conquered larger than life obstacles. When that alarm rings early, when your bed feels cozier than ever, when exhaustion whispers, rest, that's the critical moment. The champions get up, the winners show up, and the impossible becomes possible. Those small decisions each day define your greatness. While you endure, understand this. Consistency outlasts tiredness. Show up rain or shine, tired or rested. Every day, brick by brick, build that endurance, that resilience, because the world is filled with people who gave up. Be the few who dig deep and go beyond. You're not alone in this fight. Your peers, your mentors, your idols, they've all wrestled with tiredness. Their stories are of relentless push and unwavering spirit. Tap into that collective strength. Draw inspiration and turn your tiredness into triumph. Tiredness is not a stop sign. It's a signpost on the road to greatness. The body may get tired, but the spirit is infinite. Your breakthrough lies one step beyond your breaking point. Turn your fatigue into fuel. Transform exhaustion into excellence.
You're tired, believe me, I get it. Remember, tiredness is the test. Every ounce of energy spent is you investing in a future. It's the crucible where you're shaping your own legend. This journey is not meant to be easy. Only those who push through the fog of fatigue will see the light on the other side. It's simple. Tiredness asks you one question: how bad do you want it? And it's your job to answer with action, not words. Every great journey started with a step through a barrier of tiredness. Let's leverage every moment of fatigue. Let's use it as a ladder and climb higher. It's time to build momentum. We've laid the groundwork. Now let's take it up a notch. This is your moment right now to channel that tiredness, to turn it into a roar that echoes through the corridors of your life.
The moment when you feel the weight of exhaustion is the very moment you stomp your foot down and yell, I can, I will. It's in these moments that you set yourself apart from the rest. This is where champions are found, not in comfort, but in the crucible of fatigue and challenge. You see, momentum is built on small victories over tiredness. It's noticing that despite being drained, you're still pushing forward, still making progress. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Celebrate it. Use it to fuel the next step, then the next. Imagine if you can push through tiredness today, what can you achieve tomorrow? Energy ebbs and flows, but the spirit has an unending reservoir. Tap into it. When the body says no more, let the spirit rise and shout, yes, we go forward. Run this race like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Your dreams, your aspirations, your goals, they all depend on how you handle tiredness today. The energy may be limited, but your resolve can be boundless. Every moment you conquer fatigue, you inch closer to your destiny. Harness that tiredness, transform it into a relentless, unstoppable force. See each drop of sweat as an investment into your future. You are sculpting the masterpiece that is your potential. Brick by brick, moment by moment, through every twinge of tiredness, you are becoming greater, stronger. Feel that rising energy? That's the start of your unstoppable momentum. Push through this and realize that you're no longer driven by mere adrenaline, but by a higher purpose, a purpose that burns brighter than any exhaustion you can feel.
Let me tell you about a young man named James. James wasn't born with extraordinary talent. He wasn't the fastest, the strongest, or the most brilliant, but James had one thing: pure, relentless grit. He'd show up to the gym before sunrise, pour his soul into his studies late at night, and constantly push his body past its limits. One evening, after a grueling day of training and studying for exams, his body was screaming for rest. He was fading, barely able to keep his eyes open. But that night something clicked in James. He remembered why he started this journey: to honor his family, to prove to himself that he could transcend his limitations. Tiredness had become his most familiar enemy, but that night, as he laced up his sneakers one more time, he whispered to himself, I am stronger than my tiredness. He didn't just run that night, he soared, each step heavier than the last, but each step a testament to his unyielding spirit. Months later, James didn't just pass his exams, he aced them. In the same span, he found himself standing at the podium, holding trophies of victories that seemed insurmountable. He turned his tiredness into triumph, showing that the true battle is won not when you are fresh and full of energy, but when you are weary and persist regardless. James's story is not unique. It's a reminder that each and every one of us has that same power within. Think about your journey. Reflect on why you began. The reasons that push you out of bed each morning. The dreams that keep you awake at night. Those are your beacons.
There are people who depend on you, people who believe in you, people who are inspired by your journey. When you feel like collapsing, remember them. Your strength isn't just your own, it reverberates, inspiring others to dig deeper into their own reservoirs of willpower and tenacity. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and visualize the greatest version of yourself. See yourself overcoming every obstacle, stepping through every threshold of tiredness, emerging triumphant each time. That vision is not an illusion, it's a reality waiting for you to claim it. Feel the fatigue, acknowledge its presence, but do not yield to it. Your journey is a mosaic of many days. Days when you thrived and days when you barely scraped by. But it's the persistence, the unwavering dedication in the face of tiredness that stitches these days into the tapestry of greatness. You've felt the fatigue, you've endured the struggle, you've seen the vision of what's possible. This is the moment of truth. This is where the dreamers separate from the doers. This is where you decide to rise above tiredness and claim your destiny. It's your choice, right now, right here. Take this moment. Seize it with both hands. Push past the fog of fatigue and let the fire of your purpose burn even brighter. Today, make a pact with yourself. The next time tiredness whispers in your ear, you'll remember that countless champions before you that chose to see it as a challenge and not a defeat. You'll push forward, you'll fight back, and you'll keep going. You have the strength, you have the spirit. This world is yours to conquer. One step beyond tiredness. Your journey doesn't end here. It's just the beginning. Every drop of sweat, every twinge of exhaustion, every tired moment is a building block of your greatness. Fight through it and be a beacon for others. Let your story light the way. So stand up, push forward, and claim your victory over tiredness, because you are destined for greatness.